Good morning, people of the Book It Sports community. Welcome to another episode of The Morning After My Face is Shaven Bald. Josh, what do you think? First thoughts.
I like it, dude. I think you look good.
Don't
I
come
like
on
it.
here and lie.
I'm not lying. I like it.
Somehow, some way. Normally, when someone shaves their face, they look a little younger, get a little bit of youth injected. I feel as though I look older. I feel like you can see the stress that sports betting has done to my face now that it's all gone. It's how I feel. Genuinely how I feel. But listen, we got a great show for you guys today. We got a What in the World. Josh going to tell me 3 things that's going on. We're going to surf the slate. We've got our Krabby Patty Thursdays. We're going to have Krabs come on today and come on every Thursday. He's going to talk about some NFL previews. And then he's also going to be giving us some college basketball plays. Hopefully, I almost said the L word. Almost said the L word in that intro. But listen, we got a great show for you today. Josh in the studio, Nick in the studio, Dave downstairs, botting. A lot happened last night. First of all, Auburn played Alabama, and Alabama was -3.5. And what did I say, Josh? What did I say? I said
You said Krabby will be on Bama.
And he was not on Alabama.
He wasn't?
I did not see.
I didn't see him.
I did not see him post Alabama, and the world was frozen. Shock. Awe.
I wonder if Krabby was on Nevada because that was the exact same type thing. Yeah, so
he was.
He's on one of the two.
I tapped into the Night Sweats last night, which, by the way, guys, if you don't know, we host a little thing at night where Trent sweats his bets called the Night Sweats Crabs, normally hangs out with them, and they were all over Nevada. So I think Trent might have hit the Fugazi 5 yesterday.
He did.
People are wondering, is booking with Trent a sharper? He went 4-0 in a straight plays, hit the Fugazi 5, probably didn't hit a PP entry because he sucks at that. But I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean?
Got the job done.
A clean sweep day for Boko Trent. Let's give him a round of applause. I feel like he doesn't get that often. Trent, we're going to give you your flowers. What a day from the kid.
Oh, we got a ref raid. Reffington.
Ref party of.
I don't know. I can't see on here. I can look on Twitch real quick.
Party of. Your table is ready in the back. Listen, Trent, I'm talking to you, man. Keep up the good work. All right. Whatever you did yesterday, do it again. If you spanked, if you took a tub, if you went in the hot tub, if you took a shower, if you didn't shower, let's just do it all over again. Wear the same underwear. What's the weirdest thing you've done to stay hot in sports betting, Josh?
The weirdest thing that I've done?
Yeah.
To stay hot.
I'm not even kidding. I have worn the exact same underwear for like 3 days in a row.
That's insane.
There was a period of time where I was clean sweeping last year in college basketball where it was 5-0, 4-0, 5-0. Same underwear every single day.
I don't think I've ever done anything.
And I would not suggest. I think that's unhealthy for the body.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't think I've ever done anything like crazy. I feel like the only thing that I really do to like stay in a groove is like make sure I'm watching the game in the same spot, like doing the same routines. Honestly, I'm like a weird, like superstitious person. Like when I go and plug my phone charger in every morning, if I, like how like the USB has to be the right way.
Yeah.
Like if it goes in the first time, I don't have to flip it over. It's going to be a good day.
Josh, no.
Yes, that's what it is. Dude. That's what it is.
We just got the weirdest look into the Josh's life. You know too when Josh puts that USB in and it goes in the first time, he like splooges.
No,
he's like, oh my god,
what?
It's gonna be a great day.
or like the garage opener in my apartment building, like sometimes doesn't work. If it works the first time, good day.
Like clean sweep.
Great day.
Literally clean sweep. Dude, I was thinking about it. Whenever I get cold, I change it up. So there will be days where if I'm ice cold, I'll start watching the games. If I go like 0-3 on bets while watching the games, I won't watch the games the next day. And I'll just score app check and then watch the highlights in the morning so I know what I'm talking about. But I'll do that. That's like the biggest thing I'll do is if I'm really hot while watching the games, I'll watch the games every night. If I'm ice cold and watching the games, I'll turn the games off and I won't watch the games for like a week straight. Because I just feel like that affects the juju. You got to have something. You know what I mean? Everyone's got something.
Yeah.
Before we get to the rest of the slate, I did want to talk about why I shaved my face. I feel like it might come as a shock to some. I haven't shaved my face in like 3 years, by the way. I don't know if this is like a big deal to anyone else, but taking the razor going the other way against a beard, it felt like I was becoming a new man. just so everyone knows, it felt like I was literally becoming a new man for worse. I finished it and I literally like had my hands on my face. I was like, oh, what have you done? But you're sitting there going, why would you do that? So I watched Harry Potter last night. The last movie. It was like I got YouTube TV, or actually I stole Dave's YouTube TV. So I used Dave's YouTube TV. And the movie options, you only get like a couple free movie options.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows Part 7 Part 2. It's the last movie of the series. It's like, you know what? I'm watching Harry Potter. I'm going to throw that on. No one had a beard. No one had a beard. So I'm sitting there. It's like a 3-hour movie. I'm literally feel like I'm on a yacht. And I'm like, you know what? What would I look like without a beard now?
Who would I look like if I were a wizard?
See, what would I look like if I was at Hogwarts right now? Because like Daniel Radcliffe was like, he's like 25 in that last movie, maybe like 29, 30.
Yeah,
he was old by the end.
he was older, yeah.
So I was like, dude, like, what if I like shaved my beard? No one had a beard in the entire movie. No one had a beard. Other than like the fucking massive ones that like Dumbledore and those guys got. So I was like, you know, what if I just like shave my face? Literally middle of the movie, paused it, shaved my face. And I feel like once I sat back down, the immersion kicked in and I felt like I was a part of the gang. Because I felt like while watching it, I was on the outside looking in because I had a beard and no one had beards. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to shave my face real quick. And I felt like I was in the circle.
You shaved your face and a lightning bolt just started slowly growing on your forehead.
I was like, guys, we got to get these Horcruxes now. I started running around my apartment. I grabbed a little plastic straw. I was firing shit at the TV. I was not doing that. I don't want that on the record as if I was doing that. Shout out the BTL boys. They're all the way back.
All the way.
All the way back. They were never going to lose 3 in a row. I don't know who told you they were going to lose 3-0. They were never going to lose 3-0. Booker Trent, clean sweeped. Chelly posted a PP entry. And I normally don't tell a lot of the things that Book creators post just because I feel like I don't want to jinx them. That's genuinely why I don't tell a lot of the shit that people put out on our team.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? Chelly tailed my 2-piece yesterday. I'll tail the 4-piece. And I misinput it. And I made them all more thans. And it hit.
Full faded.
No, it hit.
Oh, no, he didn't have
because
all of
he
them.
had 3 more thans and 1 less than.
Okay.
And I was trying to be like a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to tail Chelly. And then like, if it hits, I'm going to like splooge with him. But I thought they were all more thans because normally they're all more than. So I didn't even think. I was just typing in the names and then looking at the category.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it was like Logan Cooley time on ice. And I put like more than. And I'm sitting there watching Night Sweats and he's on Night Sweats. And he's like, guys, we can't have him step back on the ice again. And I was sitting there being like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, we need him to step on the ice again. And I'm like looking at my entry. I'm like watching Night Sweats. And he's like, no, they left him on for the last minute. And I'm sitting there going, dude, we just last leg. We're on the last leg. And he like literally immediately exited Night Sweats, like was so pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? And I checked Twitter. He had Cooley less than.
Dude, Trent just said in here too. Chelly walked in my room, shook my hand, and said, we're moving on to the last leg in all caps. That's tough.
Dude, that's moo shit.
That's tough.
Knowing Trent too, I know he fully believed they were moving on to the last leg.
Well, yeah.
Was
I mean, I would too.
We're moving on to the last leg. Like, I knew it. I literally, like, if that happens to me, it's dead. If anyone ever is like, we like need one more layup for like a cash prop, and someone's like, dude, we're on to the last leg, I'm hitting you in the jaw. I'm like, we are going to have to fight on site. And I know Trent probably heard that and was like, oh my God, we're moving on to the last leg. Like, just so amped. Trent, now that you're in chat, by the way, we already gave you your flowers. Well done for clean sweeping yesterday. Josh.
Yes, sir.
I want to give a shout out to Krabs. You went 5-0 yesterday on his straight bets. One of them was Northwestern. With Terrence Shannon returning for Illinois, I don't know why he's allowed to play, but I feel like when you're involved in a case like that, you shouldn't be allowed to do your sport or even your job. But I just want that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Brandon Miller too. The same, like.
Yeah, like what?
These guys just get to play.
Like, I don't know how that works. Like,
the guys on Cincinnati couldn't get on the court in the beginning of the season because they weren't eligible to transfer. It's like, and then these guys are playing. It's like, what are we doing?
And literally like was guilty, whatever. We did our over the humps yesterday. I said Seton Hall. Guess what? Too bad you met the Providence Friars because we went into Newark, New Jersey, and we smacked around a couple of dirty butt pirates. Okay, that's what happens. That's literally what happens. Devin Carter posts on Twitter, and it's a video of John Morant going, if you stayed on that side, stay over there. Because guess what? We're still dangerous. We are still dangerous. Did Seton Hall not have their best player? Yeah, they didn't. But you know what? Neither do we, technically. Second best player, because Devin Carter's the best player in the Big East, which, by the way, really funny. So my dad, big Seton Hall guy, right? We text during those games, watching the game, Providence, halftime. My dad texts me. He goes, so where is this Big East National Player of the Year you're talking about? Because I don't see him anywhere on the court. I was like, okay, you bastard. He's got 10, 6, and 5 at half. I was like, if those aren't Big East Player of the Year candidate numbers at a half, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you have 20, 12, and 10 at the end of the game, It's a pretty good
He
game in
finished with
college
16,
basketball.
6, and 6. So not great, because then my
It's still
dad
good though. Like
then my
16
da-
points in college
That's
basketball is
what
really
I'm
good.
saying, dude.
Yeah.
But my dad, of course, because I was like sent the stat line. My dad sends the stat line back at the end of the game, and it was just like 10, 6, and 6, huh? And I was like, okay, or 16, 6, and 6. I was like, okay, you fucking bastard. Providence all the way back. We are gonna play Ed Cooley this weekend, and I promise you, you're gonna want to tune in. It's gonna be must watch television because the Providence Friars are going to fucking hang one on Ed Cooley in Georgetown. It's gonna get ugly in Providence, and Ed Cooley, my God, man, you better walk into that stadium with some earplugs because I'm already seeing some grumblings on Providence Twitter that it's gonna get bad.
Oh, I'm sure. That's going to be electric.
Bad. So if you've got a free moment come Saturday and you want to watch some college basketball, I suggest you turn on Providence versus Georgetown because it's going to be horrible for them. Shout out our Ole Miss wagon -6.5 against those dirty Arkansas Razorbacks. It was always our wagon. Beat them by about 1,000. Beat them by 1,000, Josh. Beat them by 1,000. Do I have to say it again? Beat them by 1,000. And if you're not tapped in yet, I want you to go ahead and tap in on the Ole Miss Rebels on the hardwood. Because that team, their starting five, I think, is one of the deepest starting fives in the country. The fact that Alan Flanagan started the year averaging 16 points per game, and then there was clearly a change in the chemistry where the coach said, hey, man, we're going to need you to do a lot of the dirty work. We're going to need you to get stops on defense. We're going to need you to get in the paint. We're going to need you to get rebounds. And he has completely shifted his game from how he was playing the first 3 games and is now an all-time like glue guy, gritty, get the job done. But also, if you give me the ball, I'm going to give you 10, 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Literally unbelievable. He started the year looking like he was going to be the Terrence Shannon of Ole Miss. And as the year's gone on, Matthew Morrell and Murray have really taken over the scoring load. And he's kind of had to like sit back and now be that guy that just does everything. I mean, what an unbelievable change. They're going to be dangerous come March.
They're good. The SEC is kind of nice this year for what they usually are.
Kind of
I
nice.
mean, besides my boys and Arkansas and Vanderbilt, those 3 teams
Junk.
are awful. I think
Junk.
those 3 teams have combined for 1 win in the SEC.
And speaking of the SEC, if you had an Auburn +3.5 ticket, dude, I almost got physically ill feeling so bad for Auburn +3.5 bettors at the end. I don't know if you watched it.
Mhm.
Chance for a legacy layup to cover. The kid literally has a defender on his back looking at the hoop. Short right side. Tipping right there. Nothing but rim. Like unbelievably unlucky. But meanwhile, watching Night Sweats and Trent is bustos in his pants holding an Alabama -3.5 ticket. Almost a little too early, though. I don't know if you watched the game towards the end of the game. Alabama, Auburn. Auburn has a chance to cover. They miss. Ball goes out of bounds. Score at fake bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Trent starts playing We Could Be Heroes with Mike Breen banging that Alabama already cashed. And guess what? Auburn has a chance to inbound the ball with 0.5 left. Auburn inbounds the ball to a kid on the 3-point line. He pumps, has to change his direction, just releases it after the buzzer, but it was nothing but net. So if they had anything but 0.5, if they had anything more than 0.5, Trent would have been in catch it. Like actual catch it. But Alabama bettors, you got it. Well, you got one the hard way. Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done. We knew it was not going to be the Georgia Bulldogs because LSU ended up covering. I don't know if you saw that, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Grins. His bet covered, mine did not. Not cool. We're gonna see
Trent's in here spamming.
We're gonna see him later in the show.
Can someone please tell Mikey about Ron Muck's clam tragic night? I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
to
I don't
Ron
know what
Muck's
happened
clam.
either. I was listening to Night Sweats, but I didn't get to tap into Surge today, so I was a little confused. I think he dropped a 10 unit on someone playing the Blues.
Oh, can someone please give us a little?
Trent, if you want to come up here and
comment.
explain it, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, get up here.
I don't know if you noticed.
Nux. He
I don't
said
know if you
Nux.
noticed, but those of you that tapped into yesterday's show could have hit a 2-teamer if you placed the all we need is 8 lay.
Really?
James Madison -7.5, High Point -7.5, both smacked in the jaw. So that 2-teamer was about as free as the air I'm breathing right now. That's why you tap into the show, guys. You could have got Jaden Pierre, which turned green at the last second with some free throws, and you could have got the all we need is 8 lay. That's 2 hit bets, Josh. All they need to do is click the link and watch the goddamn show.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
We move on. Shout out Florida, beat the shit out of Mississippi State. Needed that one to go over. My God, finished 3-2 yesterday because the Washington Huskies decided to get blown out on their own crib last night. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. We move, Josh. Why don't you tell me what's going on in the world today? Because There was a lot going on Twitter last night,
Yeah.
and I feel like I might have missed a couple things. What in the world? Josh gives me 3 things that are going on in the world, and we just talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you saw this, but Harbaugh went to the Chargers, and it's official.
And I don't know if you saw this, but I got my ass ripped for what I quote tweeted it. But I want your opinion on that hiring first.
You want my opinion on the hiring?
Yeah.
I mean, they could have hired anybody that was available. They could have hired Bill Harbaugh or Pete Carroll, and they would have been in a much better spot than they have been the last 3 years.
Okay.
I mean, Staley's a joke.
Yeah, Brandon Staley's
absolute joke.
I think he actually needs like batteries in his back when he wakes up. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. He's an actual
It's
robot.
like plugged into the outlet.
Yeah.
Just plugged
they have
in.
to unplug Staley's, and all he does is just go for it on 4th down.
But yeah, I think it's a good move. I mean, Harbaugh has had success in the NFL before.
Yep.
He's good in the playoffs. He's got over 500 record in the playoffs.
Success in the NFL.
I mean, and he's getting Herbert. Like, I mean, he's got to be amped about that. Like walking into a team and not even having to worry about your quarterback. Like you have a top 5 quarterback.
So I quote tweeted the hiring, and I said something that apparently got a lot of people pissed off. And the top comment was, "Crazy how much ball you don't know." I think this makes them an automatic Super Bowl contender. Automatic.
I think so too.
Automatic.
I mean, not automatic Super Bowl contender, but they're automatically, I think, in the playoffs.
I think this makes them an automatic Super Bowl contender because, one, he's obviously one of the best coaches in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Football as a whole. He did it with the Niners, did it with Michigan. Now you're telling me that he gets this Chargers team that, by the way, on paper is probably one of the best rosters in the NFL, probably top 5 roster in the NFL. Mm-hmm. In terms of just names alone on that roster, you give him a guy like Harbaugh who, college very different from the NFL, but won the national championship with the most underwhelming quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, either way. Now you give him Justin Herbert and his mind and this team. Like, I don't know who could beat this team that's coached by Jim Harbaugh. Like, honestly.
And he never asked his quarterback to play hero ball.
No.
Like, that's like his thing. It's like he's never done that. Like, he's won with average quarterbacks before, and now he's got an elite quarterback. So I can't imagine what.
And by the way, was Colin Kaepernick not his?
He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he lost
Justin Herbert is like if Colin Kaepernick was on crack and like unbelievable at football.
Yeah. I mean, I think
he went to a Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, he did.
So you're telling me that now he gets Justin Herbert, who, by the way, everyone in preseason is always like, this kid's going to be the MVP. And now you give him a coach that took a quarterback with similar skill sets to a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And you're telling me they're not automatic contenders to win a Super Bowl? That's what you're telling me, Twitter? That's what Twitter's telling me when I quote you that and said this makes him an automatic Super Bowl contender. It's not like he's walking into a project. He's not walking into the Cardinals. He's not walking into the Titans. He's walking into a team that on paper should be in the playoffs every single year and contending to win a championship every single year.
Yeah, I agree. Goots is in here just
he
just keeps on saying, yeah, but he didn't win. He lost. It's the Ravens. He's a Ravens fan.
Fuck up, Goots. Fuck up, Goots. All right, what else happened, Josh?
Well, one more thing too. So I guess they're expected to hire Sharon Moore, the dude that was their OC that stepped in for Harbaugh.
Yep.
But there's like a law in Michigan that the job has to be posted for 7 days before they can hire someone, which is very
like on
weird.
LinkedIn? They posting the Michigan head coaching job on LinkedIn?
No, but I feel like that's weird. Like, I feel like you'd want to hire your coach right away so you know what guys you can get in the portal and like where guy or who's going to leave in the portal and shit like that.
Well, I feel like that's probably why Harbaugh left so early, though, just to get it out of the way. You take your 7 days, but you already know you're hiring.
I feel like it's kind of late, no?
I don't know if it's
for like
late.
I mean, all those coaches like just, I mean, they moved and retired like 2 weeks ago.
He's probably recruiting and acting as if he is already the head coach. I don't think the posting matters. Like they could just post it for 7 days, but knowing that he's the hire.
I just think it's weird.
No, super weird. I mean, if that's on LinkedIn, I would apply to be the Michigan head coach. Like, why would you not apply? That's like the best job on planet Earth. Like, you get to be the coach of one of the most iconic programs of all time.
Yeah.
And they have to post on LinkedIn. That's fucking hysterical.
And Harbaugh used to play for the Chargers.
Yeah, that's also true. What else happened?
Draymond Green didn't make the USA player pool. There's 41 guys.
Thank God.
I know. If Draymond Green is one of the top, like, the best 12 players or 13 players, whatever it is, in the United States, we will lose.
We have a problem.
Yes.
Here's my thing about Draymond Green. I love the attitude Draymond Green's got. he's obviously been a part of multiple championships for the Warriors. I think he does a lot for guys like Stephen Curry. I think you need a Draymond Green if you have a Stephen Curry. But he doesn't need to be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
At all. We don't need him. We don't need a Draymond Green in the Olympics. Same way we don't need a Patrick Beverley in the Olympics. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this clip where they were asking Wendell Carter about Pat Beverley, and he's basically like, I mean, the dude had like 3 points. I don't know what you want me to say about him. Like, he just does this whole like online presence thing, but like, we're not worried about a Patrick Beverley. And then Patrick Beverley was like, well, I had the highest plus negative on the team, most blocks, most steals. It's like, dude, like, I get it. Like, you need, like, Pat Beverley's a great glue guy. I actually love Pat Beverley, but like, sometimes it feels like he's talking like he's won championships in the NBA. He won a play-in game with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's a guy. You know what I mean? Like, if Draymond Green was like, I have 5 rings, like Wendell Carter shut, like, it makes it. But when I like see stuff like in the same breath of Draymond Green not in the Olympic team, and then I scroll on TikTok and it's Patrick Beverley talking shit about Wendell Carter. It's like, dude, what is the state of the NBA media right now? Like,
Yeah,
what is the state?
I kind of love Patrick Beverley though.
No, I love him.
I also
no, dude, I love him. But it was like, I don't know if you saw the clip, but it was like absurd. I was like, no way we're resorting to talking shit to Wendell Carter and being like, that's not a winner's mentality. He's not a winner. It's like, you're not really a winner.
Didn't they played together too? What? Because Pat Bev was on Orlando like 2 years ago, last year, maybe at the beginning of last year.
Maybe, yeah.
I think he was. So either just like some underlying beef there, they don't like each other. That could be it. But I'm very happy that Draymond Green is not on Team USA.
No, me too.
He didn't even make the pool of 41 players.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
That's actually insane.
Dude, but when you look at the pool, I didn't see the list, but I'm sure it's insane. And also, the director of the USA team is Grant Hill. So he was the one that decided not to take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think they got beef?
I mean,
now they do.
Now they do. Yeah, they definitely do now.
Draymond's going to jump on his podcast or bitching. I know you wanted to show a video because we watched it pre-show. I would love to actually play it. I think it's
we got to play it.
Just because I think we're talking about the NBA media, and I think this is like a great look into like the NBA media as a whole right now and how funny it can be in moments. But just a little vulgar language warning. But go ahead, why don't you show them the video?
Let me get it up here real quick.
We were howling watching this video because when you actually think about what he's saying, like it is so true.
Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Labradoodles, they ain't no pits.
Nah, you tripping.
You name some Labradoodles.
You tripping.
Like,
boy.
you ain't naming no.
Man,
I'm talking.
Randall-
Well, name some pit bulls.
Randall will bone your ass
All
right now.
Dog.
A dog.
Randall. All right, cool.
Brunson will bone your ass right now. Jaylen Brown will bone you, nigga. He'll fuck you. He'll dunk your motherfucking ass. Tatum will put you in the mix, nigga. Stop flexing, nigga. Stop playing, nigga. These are dogs, nigga. These are dogs. Oh, whoa, slow down. Oh, slow down. Whoa.
You walking straight up with some of them.
No, you not. No.
You ain't
Who? Name who? Who?
You walking straight up. You like sit. They gonna sit.
Yeah, all right. AD, nigga. Ron at 90, nigga. Keep fucking around, boy. Who else? Dogs. These are all dogs.
Fucking around. For anyone wondering the context of that, Paul Pierce was like, name some dogs in the NBA, and Kevin Garnett named those guys. And then he was like, you name it Labradors, not hounds. Like, the Jason Tatum would put you in a mix. It's like one of the funniest things I think I've heard. But I think it's true, because I think, as a sports bettor, we sometimes look at these guys, and we're like, oh, I'm taking Jason Tatum 25.5 points, 28.5 points, and he gets like 25 points. You're like, what a fucking loser. Like, I've literally said those exact things. Like, what a loser. But then you look at these guys that are in like NBA media, like past players, and they're talking about these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You realize Jason Tatum, I mean, not that I'm a basketball player, could literally score 100 points on me in a quarter. Like, a quarter.
He would score every single
like,
time.
not even a question. Pat Beverley, 100 points in a quarter against me. Like,
every single player in the NBA.
Every single player.
Except maybe, what's his name? Gorgeous Dieng. He might be the only one not.
George or Thanasis. I'm clamping Thanasis.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting a free shot. But my point being, that clip is so funny to me because you think Paul Pierce, NBA champion, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. So funny that they're talking about players, and he's like, he put you in a mix. And like Jason Tatum would put Paul Pierce in a mix. Like, prime Paul Pierce would have him spinning, dude. Spinning.
I think it's so funny too, because like they're clearly really good friends and like played on the same team together, won championships, or I don't know how many they won. They at least won one, but him going at him that hard is just so funny to me.
So good. Last thing, and then I want to get Krabs here so we can start talking about bets. We want to leave a little bit more time for bets. Did you see how happy the Bucks were?
No, I did not.
You didn't see how happy the Bucks were.
Mm-mm.
After firing their head coach, hiring Doc Rivers, they came out dancing. They were doing the dancing in a circle in the stadium. And it was like, dude, there's no way that he lost the locker room that bad.
That was, and he lost it quick too.
Like
40
quick,
games
dude.
in to his head coaching career. 40 games in.
Quick.
Yeah.
How do you lose the locker room that
I
quick?
don't know. And they just extended Doc Rivers, I saw.
I
until
saw a thing that it was like,
26.
there's the two happiest moments in an NBA fan's life. It was the hiring of Doc Rivers and when your team fires Doc Rivers. It was like so good that if they don't do anything, like those Bucks fans are going to be a miss.
Oh, for sure.
Like actual miss.
For sure.
Like miss shit. All right, let's get Krabs up here. Is he in the background? Do we have Krabs?
We got Krabby.
All right, let's get Krabs up here. We got our recurring guest, Krabby Bets, Krabs Bets, Krabs at Bets. Gonna be on every Thursday. We're gonna talk a little bit of NFL. We're gonna get his college basketball takes, but he is currently right now, I don't know if you knew this, the hottest better on the planet right now. 5-0 last night, 10-0 the night before, 16-0 the night before, currently holding a record of 400-0 on college basketball. Krabs Bets, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show.
It's felt like that, Mikey. Thanks for having me on. Chat, what is up? How we doing? Thanks for joining the morning after. Mikey's been killing it with this. We got over 400 people in here right now. Let's go, dudes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Keep attacking.
Dude, I love when Krabs comes on. I'll say it.
Come on.
Cool. All right, Krabs. So
Dude,
talk
that
me through.
Auburn. Can we talk about Auburn? Because
Yeah,
that
I
was
would-
one of the worst beats of all time. Did you
Were
have
you?
Auburn last night?
Were you on Alabama?
No, I got scared off. I asked Trent on
Krabs,
Surge
what the
Stream.
fuck, dude?
I thought
That's
they were
what
fake
you
sharp
said.
all day. I thought they were fake sharp all day. And then I go on Surge Stream and I'm like, Trent, man, what do you like in this game? And he's like, I don't know. 700 people have asked me. I don't even know why. And I'm like, probably because it's like the fake sharp play. Everyone's sketched out. And then Trent tweets out he's on Bama. And then he just goes on to have the best day of his betting career. And I stayed
Unbelievable.
off.
And Krabs, I know what you're thinking. Was I on Auburn plus 3.5? Because normally I'd be on Auburn plus 3.5. I was not.
Oh,
I was on the over, which also lost.
okay. Well, you want to know a bad beat about that? The game was in a light delay to start out. Are you hip to that? It was dark for that game to start.
Is that why it's
Josh.
delayed on ESPN?
Yeah, it was delayed. And when they started the game, it was like pitch black in there. There's pictures on Twitter of it too. If you just search Auburn, Alabama, maybe Josh can pull that up real quick. But it's literally when they started the game, almost pitch black in there. You couldn't see shit. How are you supposed to hit an over when you can't even fucking see the hoop?
Like, actually, what the fuck is that?
Should be a refund.
Literally a refund. All right, so Krabs, 5-0 yesterday. I saw you're on Furman. I tailed. Okay.
Sure.
But I put in a parlay that lost, so F.
Okay.
Talk me through how you've been looking at the college basketball board lately, because I know for me, sometimes you get in a rut, and I'm in a little bit of a rut. I went 3-2 yesterday, literally 1-4 the day before, and sometimes you start losing confidence in yourself. But when you're seeing the board clearly, you got the confidence of no other, where, you know, at least for me, when I'm feeling confident and I'm hitting my bets, the board seems so easy. But when I'm losing my bets and I'm not feeling confident, it's almost like hurts the heart to have to look at the board. So how are you looking at the board right now? Like, what are you looking for? Obviously, you know, contrarian guy, shocked you weren't on Alabama. Honestly, a little disappointed. But how are you looking at the board right now?
Yeah, so when you're hot, and you got to push your foot, you know, on the gas pedal a little bit, not too much. Not saying you send 20 plays a day, but maybe up the units a little bit. And when you're hot, you ride out that wave. Look, we know we've been around this business for a while. Sports betting is a roller coaster. It's ups and downs, ebbs and flows. When you're hot, when you're on the top of that damn roller coaster, you got to keep your foot on the gas. So right now we're dialed, spending extra time in the lab, finding plays. Now, today's slate is absolutely moose. It's all in the majors, but that ain't no problem. So I got some plays today I like. I know there is, you know, darker times ahead. I'm not going to be this hot for the rest of the year or my life. It's impossible. If that was the case, I'd be the greatest gambler of all time. And I'm not yet.
You're not wrong.
But I know bad things are coming down the line, which means this weekend I will cut the units down a little bit and be quality over quantity. But for now, to finish out the week, got to keep the foot on the gas, Mike. Have to.
Can I ask you about one game? Because it's a game I really want to drop a little nuclear missile on, but it feels like a game where you'd be on the other side of me.
Sure.
Why is SMU North Texas a pick'em?
Ooh.
I feel like SMU is the much better team. I know they're playing away from home, but it feels like a spot where I would normally, and I think I might, drop a nuclear missile on SMU and GTA. And I feel like you'd be the guy that'd be on UNT because that line feels weird to me.
I mean, okay. So SMU opened up plus 1.5 in this game, and they are now favorites. The line flipped. So that's a W for SMU. I wouldn't say SMU is, a much better program than North Texas. I'd even go as far to say North Texas over the years has been a better team. Now they don't have Tyler Perry anymore, right? He transferred to Kansas State. He was by far their best player. And North Texas is coming off a loss when they're +1, and SMU, to be fair, is coming off their best game of the season where they dropped a 1-3 piece. To be honest with you, in this game, I'm loving the under. I thought that total was insanely low, and it's moved down 2 points after SMU dropped 100 in that last game. But we know how North Texas plays, boring snooze fest with defense. They press, and they take their sweet time on offense, and that's why this game's going to go under. That's the best bet I have in this one. I would not hate an SMU play here with them now as a favorite on the road.
126 is, I'm just seeing that number now, Krabs. That's insane.
Yeah. And especially this year, I don't know if you're hip, but overs in college basketball have been absolutely printing overall. There's just been more points. I think it's because there's less emphasis on defense. These kids trying to hit the transfer portal. 20% of D1 college basketball players hit the portal this offseason. You can't really get the eyes of a coach with defense more often than not. You got to show them with some highlights on offense on tape. And points have just been coming like no other this season. It's been ridiculous. The totals are starting to show that. They're all a little bit higher this year. You don't really see a lot of 125 totals anymore. That's why I'm loving this under. And the more I see, the more I want to take these weird, rare, 120 unders.
And my prize pick square of the day was going to be in this game, Krabs, because I really like Chuck Harris at more than 10.5 points. But I feel like you're kind of talking me off that now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, how I attack the prize picks board, and recently it's not been the right method because I've been cold as heck on prize picks this week, but you find games you like overs in, and those are the games you want to take more thans, right? That's kind of how I target it. I pick the games first that I think there's going to be a lot of points, and you go from there. And this game screams under to me, Mike. I'd just be careful with that.
Okay. Do you have a favorite play on the college basketball board today? And then I want to talk a little bit NFL, but I don't want to steal all the thunder from BTL because I know you guys are doing a big NFL show on Friday. So we can talk a little bit about it because I don't want to steal the thunder. I want to make sure people tap into the BTL NFL episode because I would like to come on for that episode. Just want to put that on your radar.
Okay, we'll get you on Friday. Sure.
But what else do you like on the college basketball board? And then we'll talk NFL for a little bit.
I've got 3 plays I really like in college basketball today. And like I said, chat, they're all mid-majors pretty much today. You're not getting many, big name schools playing. It is what it is, but that ain't no problem.
That's kind of where you thrive.
That is where we thrive. Okay, that's where we have an edge because these books, they got the B team guys setting lines in these games. They got the A team guys, setting the Purdue lines. Yep. We target the mid-majors. That's how we win. Okay, Adam Sandler voice. This is how we win. Towson, ML. I'm really liking this play. Look, this Towson team is missing 2 of their best players from last season. Timberlake transferred to Kansas. Their point guards, who his name is escaping me right now, but he graduated. He was a stud. He was like a 6'5" point guard who could do everything. Towson got off to a really slow start this year, but Towson has one of the best coaches in this conference. And Towson at home has been a wagon for years, and that's why they are now a favorite in this game after opening up +1 against a much better Drexel team that's played some really good games this year, pulled off some upsets. I consider them a trendy mid-major right now, at least this season. They've been on fire. Typically, they stink. This is when we fade Drexel and back the good program at Towson at home with the better coach, better defense. And again, with that total coming down from 125.5 to 125, I think it's going to be another under game. And Towson, that's exactly how they want to play. Give me the Tigers at home. We're going to Baltimore, Mike.
Seen a lot of 120s, man. I see my little goat wagon is on the board. William and Mary. I've bet on them 4 times this year. I haven't missed a bet. I'm not going to touch it today, but I just want people to know they're on the board.
Wow. Interesting. Michaelytics.
They're on the board.
Michaelytics.
All right, what else we got, Krabs?
We've got Northeastern. Not going to sell this one as much, but Northeastern, typically they're fake sharp almost every time, but even in this spot against UNC Wilmington, I cannot resist. UNCW has been on fuego recently. This program, all they do is win and cover. They've cost me so many coins recently. So chat, bet accordingly and responsibly. But I cannot resist Northeastern in this spot. The splits look beautiful. This team is starting to play better. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. I've had this program circled for the last 2 years. I've been waiting for them to fucking bust out in this conference and show some heart, and they're finally starting to do that. Give me Northeastern. This is a must-win game for them in the conference early on in the season, and they're playing their best basketball of the year. Got to fade UNC Wilmington, and I'm assuming you already have a slip on that side.
Yeah, I already got UNC Wilmington on the platter.
I mean, they are a wag.
We move.
They're a wagon.
I already know it's a loser. That's a loser. It's all right. I'm moving on. It's a loser.
We move. One more play, and this one might be the nastiest.
Yeah.
You ever bet on Southern Indiana?
Let's get dirty. What are you talking
about? You ever take the Screaming Eagles? Have you had the pleasure to bet on them yet?
Screaming Eagles is on par with the Lemoyne Dolphins.
Literally. Insane mascot. This team just came up to D1, I believe, last year. And I cannot stop thinking about the Screaming Eagles, who are 5-15 tonight, +2 at home against freaking Western Illinois, who, by the way, stinks.
Krabs,
But they're
no,
12-7. These teams are much more even. The records don't mean shit. They're all from pre-conference play early on. Once these teams have gotten into conference play, it's been much more even. But if you look at what's happened over the last week and a half, USI on the downward spiral. Western Illinois, they've won 4 of their last 5, and the spread is only at 2, down from 2.5. And the splits look great.
That's a Krabs.
Weird line. Give me the Screaming Eagles.
That's a Krabs bets line. All right, Krabs. We're short on time, so we're not going to talk too much NFL. But I'm going to tell you what I have a large ticket on, and then on Friday we're all going to tune into BTL for the NFL episode.
Yes.
I have $1,000 on the Baltimore Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Goots. Let's bring Goots up here real quick. Look at him.
Yeah, Goots
clapping it up. Look at that kid
Goots.
clapping it up.
Let's go, Goots. Let's go, Goots. I have $1,000 on the Baltimore Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Holy smokes. When did you place that? Do you have plus check?
Monday, plus 190.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to post a ticket today.
Okay. Let's fucking go, Mike.
$1,000 on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
That's insane. That's a lot of That's a lot of points. All right, Mikey, I know you are not, Trent's got the crazy units, right? You're more, quality over quantity. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but the unit sizes, are usually not that high, right?
The largest bet I've placed on a book on like a straight play was $500.
Yeah, this is a big one.
So I doubled it for a future on the Baltimore.
Well, let's double your bankroll with that play. Look, I don't want to go over everything. Like you said, we'll get you on BTL Friday to talk some NFL for the weekend. We've got this BTL exclusive pod dropping either tonight or tomorrow, going over the conference championship previews. So if you guys want to tune into that, get ready, stay posted. We'll let you know where to listen to it. But I will give you this. The Ravens are not losing that game.
Let's go, Krabs.
This weekend. I cannot tell you and predict the future for the Super Bowl, but I'll tell you about this weekend. The Ravens are not losing that game.
Just get me to the bowl, man. Just get me to the bowl. All I want to do is have a ticket where my team's in the bowl. That's it. That's all I want.
That's all you need, Mike. That's all you need. Okay? Look,
bowl, man.
Nobody wanted the Chiefs all season, Mike. This was the worst Chiefs season by far since Mahomes has taken over under center. Everyone hated him. All the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce bullshit, annoying as heck. Everyone can agree it is. Nobody likes the Chiefs this season. But last week, everyone on earth, besides me, excuse me, was on the Bills. Right? It was the Bills' year. They were on fire, 7 in a row. Next thing you know, the Chiefs went outright, and this week everybody's back on the Chiefs. Oh, Patrick Mahomes won his first road game in the playoffs. I bet. I guess he's just never going to lose a game the rest of his life in the playoffs. And I look, he's the GOAT. He is, okay? But this Ravens defense, did you watch them last week? They are playing out of their minds. The Texans couldn't even get in the red zone one time in that game with offensive rookie of the year, C.J. Stroud. Are you kidding me?
Roquan Smith.
Give me that Ravens defense. Give me that Ravens defense. I love the under in that game, and the Ravens are not losing. Love that play, Mike. You can always hedge. You can always hedge when we get to the ball. You can always hedge.
I can't hedge. I cannot hedge, Krabs. I put the largest bet I've ever placed on a book in my life. I cannot hedge out of that.
Well, that's exactly when you do hedge. But
we'll talk about that. That's where I feel like I got to die on my sword.
Respect.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, Krabs. We got the college basketball platform, Krabs. Make sure you guys stick around. BTL comes on right after this. They're going to get ass deep in the college basketball board, and they have an exclusive pod dropping. So make sure you watch out for that as well. Krabs, thank you so much for coming on. Love you, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace, boys. Good luck today.
I love me some Krabs. I'll be honest. Love it. I look forward to my Thursday episodes now because I get to talk to Krabs and get a little bit of college basketball.
Bring some juice.
And we're always on the opposite side. I didn't try for us to meet on a play today because last time we did that was Michigan. Ended horribly.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's just see what he's got today, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're going to wrap up the show the same way we do every single day with a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration. Today, let's motivate.
But we also need the 2 plays.
Plan B, it's already locked. Walk me through it,
We got them. It's already locked is Wright State, Cleveland State, over 163.5.
I'm in on that. By the way, I think our Plan B hit last night.
It did.
So Josh, 500 and out.
We're taking the Plan B a little different direction today.
Oh, dear.
So we got Hawaii and UCSB at 11 p.m.
Because I'm going to throw something at you that I don't know if you're aware of the lore of. Is it in Hawaii?
It is in Hawaii. Is
You
it the
take-
dogs on the land?
No, you take Hawaii raised to 10 points.
Race to 10.
Hawaii scores 10 points.
All right, let's make it
first.
2 bets. We'll
Yeah,
do
okay.
Hawaii race to 10, UCSB money line. Keep the points.
Okay.
Keep the 5 points.
Wow.
Keep the 5 points.
Wow. All right. So Hawaii race to 10, UCSB money line. For those of you that used to tap into the Night Sweats last year and I'd be on it, Hawaii race to 10 was our literal plan B. It was how I'd get everything back. And if it missed, I'd be in moose shit. All right. That's your plan B. You're already locked. Grins behind the scene. Does he have a play really quick before we wrap?
Grins?
Yeah, quick. Fading my alma mater. We're going New Hampshire -7.5 against Binghamton. My team sucks. Just fade them.
Wow.
Okay.
Grins 2-0 now coming on. Here we go. He's chasing 3-0. Let's go. Here we go, Grins. All right, listen, guys, we wrap up every episode of the morning after with a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation. Today, let's motivate, shall we? Listen, you got to Thursday. I'm going to start every single one by telling you got to the next day because I know how hard it is to take that next step. I know how hard it is to wake up and hear that alarm, swing your feet out of bed, and go brush your teeth. Trust me, I know. But there's a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche that I read this morning, literally freshly read this morning, and it goes like this. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. And I want you to think about that for a second. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. And I'm going to give you a little anecdote. When I started doing what I was doing, I went out to LA because I really wanted to be a content creator. I really wanted to do it in sports betting. My friends called me crazy. My parents called me crazy. People that I met called me crazy. People that I met told me that sports betting is not that big. You can't do what you're doing. And guess what? We're here in the morning after. Just because someone can't hear the music doesn't mean that you're crazy for dancing to it. Just because someone doesn't understand the dream that you want to chase doesn't mean it's not worth chasing. We talked about it yesterday. We'll talk about it again today. Do something that makes you happy. And guess what? What makes you happy doesn't have to make everyone else happy because it's your life. So live it. Just because they can't hear the music doesn't mean you're insane for dancing. And I promise you, if you keep dancing, at some point, they're going to have to hear that music because you're going to break through the noise. Thank you guys so much for coming on the morning after. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Stay right there. We got BTL coming up next. They're insanely hot. So you want to make some money? You stay tuned to the Book It Network. You don't even have to turn the stream off. And you watch BTL. You get some sharp plays from the boys. And we move and groove. Thank you so much for tuning in again, guys. Good morning from the morning after. We will see you here again tomorrow at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, guys.